looking for that far post. And Matt Freese watching, and he'll tell you he had it covered. And indeed he did.
U.S. fans getting drowned out by the majority of the 70,000. Tyler Adams, not going to be a foul. U.S. aren't going to get the whistles here. Mario Eskimo been letting him play.
U.S. has actually moved Tillman out to the left and put Luna in his position in the middle of the field. So that's an interesting one. You wonder if it's because Tillman has been so good at recovering the ball and getting pressure on the ball, maybe trying to free Luna up a little bit.
Mora, over the far side. Jesus Gallardo, Alex Freeman will match up with him 1v1. Freeman, it was kept in play, but Alex Freeman did the job, and Berhalter comes to collect. Just trying to get anything from Patrick Agyemang, who's knocked back in the middle of the field, and Mexico right back on the ball. 65% for the game possession for Mexico. It's a big slip there by Malik Tillman. We've seen slips from players on both sides.
Aquí date.
We'll probably see more as the field continues to get more and more chewed up into the second half. Alexis Vega with immediate pressure from Tyler Adams. That ball's out.
I was just about to say, the intensity at which the U.S. is still trying to press, it's not what you saw towards the end of the first half, which is when the U.S. had started to tire. Lovely turn from Tillman as he tried to get the U.S. into attack, spins away from Ruiz. But there is more of an intent of trying to step up. I even saw as the ball was being swung out to this near side for Mexico. Luna sprinting out, Arston sprinting out. So I think that would have been a message at halftime from Mauricio Pochettino, is that as you get deeper, you're getting more pressure on yourselves. Can we step up? Can we get in their face and not allow it to be so comfortable for Mexico in possession?
And Berhalter trapped on the sideline, slipped as he was trying to play for Adams. That ball is still in play. Freeman finds Adams. Adams for Diego Luna. Tillman now for De La Torre. As Max Arston all the way out wide. Here's Arston now. 1v2. They'll dance inside. Arston trying his luck and didn't miss by much.
Well, this is good ball movement from the U.S. They keep the ball in on the right side, but the way in which they're able to switch the play to the far side. But it was a good job by Mexico, by the way. They get 2v1 on Max Arston, and he's able to evade the challenge from Jorge Sanchez. Left step over, comes on his right foot, and trying to pick out that top corner, but the ball was rising. Pochettino trying to draw on any positive moments that his team have within the game to keep that energy going for the U.S.
Long it goes. Jimenez going to be cut off by Richards. Freeman, Adams, Tillman, good strike. That could easily be whistled for a foul, and it is. And then a little bit of an after there from Malik Tillman. It was exceptionally great at keeping his cool. You're looking at the fans instead of the action as Tillman and Ruiz were nose to nose.
Yeah, good strength, great balance. He's being pulled, he's being shoved, he's being kicked. Doing enough, and then he'd had enough of Ruiz pulling his shirt.
Well, he's got to be
honest,
careful.
I love. I don't
But the arms shooting out like that, if
the
Ruiz puts his face into it.
Yeah, which we've seen. But I like that. That's Tillman showing a bit of bite right there.
And that's something you've liked a lot from this U.S. team in this tournament.
Absolutely.
Berhalter and Chase. Gallardo that sliced up in the air and backwards. Alvarado mistimed his jump and then comes down with the ball. Luna buzzing around, can't do anything with it. Raul Jimenez and Chris Richards, the 2 goal scorers tonight. Locked in a battle. Richards nutmeg, but Adams comes to get it. And Matt Freese with the 16-year-old Mora. Charging him down, goes long for Agyemang. Vasquez into the open space for Gallardo. Alexis Vega. Alvarez around the other side for Roberto Alvarado. Max Arston defending. Alvarado got him backing off, back him off balance. Luna for help, cycles around. Vega's come all the way out to the right-hand side. Luna trying to recover. Doesn't do the job enough. Vega, can he get the cross away? Takes a deflection and Freese right up against his post. Ends up just knocking it behind for Mexico's 7th corner of the game.
You don't take any chances there as a goalkeeper, even if there's if you know it's going to hit the post and you still just want to make sure you're covering that near post. Good work from Vega, wriggling free, took the deflection off of Arsene. Would have been a corner, but it's another set piece and they're going to play short.
Up to the top of the box for Mora. Jorge Sanchez. Up to the far side, Vasquez, closed down by Tyler Adams. He says Vega running, clips it in. Alexis Vega with no one to defend him from the ball out, hooks it in front, and it pings around, and Matt Freese. Look what I found.
Luna's turning around and talking to Arsene, but he had to recognize in that moment that Arsene wasn't positionally out to cover that ball over the top. And instead, he just lets Vega run off his shoulder. And that created that opportunity there where he was wide in, behind, had so much time and space to pick out a cross, and it ping-ponged around. Freese is able to get it. But you could just see some tired bodies at moments. And I'm sure Luna, look, I'm sure he's sick of defending throughout this game. Wants to be more involved, so now he's more inside, trying to get on possession. I can see some frustration in his body language. But these are the moments you have to still fight through to stay into the game and be ready for your moment when it's there. But still defensively doing the work.
Freeman slipped, U.S. gave it away, Tillman, and now he's stretching out. Malik Tillman has tweaked something in his left leg as he reached out to intercept that pass. He's grimacing behind the play, moving a little gingerly. Alvarado for Sanchez, Diego Luna. If he's tired of defending, he's doing some great work back there.
Excellent. See, that time he's there step for step. Great ball out of pressure. It's going to be a U.S. throw.
Tillman took the kick. It wasn't whistled for a foul against Edson Alvarez, and Mauricio Pochettino would love to know why not.
See, that's the one. You can see Arsene was inside. There was 3 U.S. shirts, but nobody recognized that ball over the top was on. And Richards is in a good position after just enough of a touch from Freese at the near post as well, because he's going back defending towards his own goal. Sometimes you see those bounce off a defender and go into the back of the net.
U.S. giveaway there on the far side with Berhalter. Tillman is still dealing with some pain that he's taken in back-to-back moments. Both teams with substitutes kind of half-heartedly loosening up behind their respective end lines. Chris Richards giving the U.S. their early lead against Mexico in 30 years. 3.5 minutes in, Tillman doing the running there with a hard tackle. The earliest goal, in fact, ever scored. So you see some artistic work from the World Feed television broadcast. Do that gesture set. Earliest goal ever scored in a Gold Cup final from Chris Richards. A U.S. lead that lasted 23 minutes before Raul Jimenez, just before the half-hour mark, tied it up. Extra time would follow. We would not go straight to penalties like in the quarterfinal last week against Costa Rica. Colorado kept it in play. Sanchez just bounces it off Del Torre and out. Remember the last time these two teams faced off in a Gold Cup final, 4 years ago in Vegas, it went to extra time. Miles Robinson won it just a few minutes before a potential shootout. Marston playing safe and clearing out. Sanchez, who was back in the lineup today for Julian Araujo, the American-born Mexico right back who started the last 2 games, able to keep that away from Diego Luna. 1v3, gets it away. Snap forward to Agyemang, and he is going to win that foul. Patrick Agyemang off of Cesar Montes, who, remember, is playing on a yellow card for the first half. All right, Jenny Taft, we finally get the opportunity to get down to you and hear what Mauricio Pochettino had to say at halftime.
Well, John, it was interesting because Pochettino did talk with Diego Luna the whole way into the locker room, so I asked him what was addressed. He said he doesn't want him to be a wingback, more midfield, more involved, more aggressive. I know you guys have highlighted the change you've seen from Luna. He also said we have to have better control in the center. Too many turnovers, stay more compact, and not allow them to win the inside.
Agyemang causing some pressure there on Malagón, and then Edson Alvarez uncontested, able to win the loose ball in the middle. Richards header, but no one there in a white shirt. Tillman trying to keep it away from the 16-year-old Mora, and then Tillman goes flying through. And let's see what Mario Escobar chooses to do here as Alvarado got cleaned out. a foul and a free kick.
And it's an interesting conversation just to add from Jenny's report about Luna is, of course you want Luna higher. But to get higher, he has to take a little bit more risk. And that is then, in turn, going to open up a little bit more space in the back. But to take advantage of him being higher, the U.S. have to have the ball. And they have to have a willingness to have a confidence on the ball, to play out of pressure, to maintain some of that possession, to find him in the advanced areas. Otherwise, there's nothing he can do. If he plays further forward right now, it comes running out, he's going to leave Arston 2v1. But it is a balance, because maybe if you push higher, it forces Jorge Sanchez back a little bit. But Mexico have an extra man at the back right now. It all comes down to the U.S. getting pressure and maintaining possession.
Del Torre steps in to win it away. Green just trying to measure that pass to Luna.
But that was a pretty good example. Luna comes out to get pressure on Montez, did a good job, forces not a great pass from him. The U.S. win the possession back, but the problem came is that they couldn't keep the ball. Instead, Tim Ream kind of floats one up. Luna's trying to head it to keep it in play. They turn